Welcome back. You're now tuned into the other side of sports. I'm your host, Laws. In the building, it's me, it's my man Aaron, and we got Jeremy John in the building rocking out. How's everybody doing? Jeremy, we ain't talked to you in a minute, man. How's life, man? How life treating
Man,
you?
life is good, man. Life is finally getting a little bit normal. So
Okay,
got time now.
okay, yeah, we settled in. Hey, listen, I had to bring you on for this one
Uh-huh.
because we got to talk about this. The Washington Wizards roster. I got the stats. I got the players. Listen, we got to keep it all the way 100. Is the team getting better? Because I still think they're a move away. And I still think that they have to do something with this roster. I looked at the roster. I looked at the stats of the players on the roster. And I'm disappointed. Starting with everybody's man, Denny Avdia. This is y'all guy. Y'all say this dude, give him time to develop. Woo, 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 woo. Pick number 9 2 drafts ago. What are we doing here? Do you see these stats? 6 points a game, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Last year, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, playing 24 minutes, 82 games.
Well, if you extrapolate his minutes and play him in the double overtime every game, he could average 20.
Oh, man.
When I look at his numbers, I'm just saying, when I look at his numbers, tell me what the difference is.
I could we know what the difference is.
Oh, man.
Because Troy Brown Jr., the second season, he had 10, 5, and 2. And he playing what? He was playing 25 minutes, average 25 minutes. Played
Then they cut his
69
minutes the next year. That's in Toronto, yeah.
That's in Toronto. He got traded after that. Why aren't we looking to trade this Bama Denny Avdia? Should he be on the trading block? I think he should be.
Go to his 3-point percentage for the summer league drink. Not the summer league, the last. If you go to the Wizard stats, the
31%.
No. It's the last like 3 or 4 games they played. The Bama was like 1 for 7, like 1 for 5, 1 for it's bad. It's bad, dog.
I'm just trying to figure out what fans is telling me that this is the guy, and I just need to wait and be patient. He gonna turn around and be a cooker, dog, because he hitting jumpers in an open gym with bums checking him. I just don't understand it, and I'm critical and all like this. And he's gonna average 16. Matter of fact, the predictions only got him averaging 12 this year. So the 16 jump, I'm cashing in on that bet already. Because there's no way in the world
this Bama come on. Because I want to get in on that bet.
I say he can get on the bet if Denny Avdia gets 16. He not averaging 16. He barely going to average double digits. And you can stamp it on mothers. He not cooking. He's not that good, dog. I just don't understand why the level of scrutiny for Troy Brown, who we've been on telling you the Bama was trash from day one start. He got criticized almost immediately, and he was picked 15th in the first round. And here you got a guy picked in the top 10, and everybody's just giving him a pass, dog. Is this the protection for the complexion for the selection?
I would say so. And talking about that draft, I mean, looking at the draft selections after him, someone that the Wizards definitely could have selected was Tyrese Halliburton, who would have helped the team. And this is now before you even knew that you were going to even get Russell Westbrook. You would have just got a point guard to help the team. So it was just a bad pick at number 9. I remember when they selected him, I'm like, who is this guy? And I feel like we're always getting this, who is this guy on the team. And they're always talking about, oh, he's going to be this point forward, his length and size and all of that. And I just haven't seen it really play out yet for the Washington Wizards, man. I haven't seen it play out yet.
It's just good marketing, dog. That's all that is. It's just good marketing. Because I'm not hearing no criticism. But guess what? We gonna criticize here. It's not. I smell this. They don't pass the smell test. I'm just telling you. Jump bad, spoiled milk in the fridge. I throw it out. Then there's another little narrative they try to slip in on us. Monte Morris is the good pick coming to the team. He gonna change things. We got a point guard. I don't think everybody think he's all world, but he played in the playoffs and he played fairly decent in Jamal Murray's absence. But I'm looking at the numbers and I'm like, how you only averaging 4 assists at the point guard position? Not even 4.5. You 4 almost, and then 3 assists the year before that. You playing 29 minutes. You started 74 games, and you only got 12. I know the team runs through Jokic. I understand that, but bro, this is not enough. It's not enough. Delon Wright, that's the guy. Granted, he was on a team. There was a lot of other guys. He was coming off the bench. He was productive at times when he got the minutes in the time. But again, you're looking at mediocre. I'm just saying. I know it's unfair for me to call an NBA player mediocre, but I'm talking about in context of them being in the league, dog. The numbers is mediocre. There's nothing to smile at, dog. It's nothing.
I'm sorry, that's not mediocre, dog. 4 points a game and 2 assists, that's trash. No! Go back to that. Put his drinks back there. 4.4 points.
So you got
9 rebounds.
Account for the minutes. So he only playing 18 minutes.
That's 20 minutes. If you extrapolate Denny numbers, that's worse than that.
Yeah.
And he a point guard, so he got the ball in his hand. Nah, that ain't it. But I don't think they brought him here with the expectation of him being the guy. The point is they need a point guard. They need another move. They only have, I think, 4 guards on the roster total. So they need another point guard.
They definitely need another point guard. You got Kispert in his rookie season. How he averaged more points than Denny in his rookie season, dog?
With less minutes.
With less minutes. I like Kispert, and I think there's potential in Kispert to kind of progress. It's going to be interesting to see exactly his role on the team. That's the thing I'm looking for. What is his role going to be? But I'm high on Corey Kispert at the 2. But how do you, with Bradley Beal and that whole, I just don't know how you make things work.
Is he the 2 or is he playing the 3? I don't think he could play the 2. I think they're going to have him in a small forward. The question is, what's going to happen with Rui and Kuzma? I think Kuzma's earned that 4 position.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the stats tell you he earned it. This Bama here only played half the season. So let's start there. 42 games for whatever his situation is. And then 11 and 3. You letting guards out rebound you? Come on, man.
And the issue I have with this team and the way that the management kind of handles I don't know if it's the coach, but I kind of assume it's management micromanaging the coaches playing of the players is it's a lot like Pee Wee League where they just trying to get everybody equal minutes. You can't, guys aren't going to develop that way. Guys aren't going to get into a rhythm that way. You can't be efficient that way.
It's not a formula for success.
Just because you drafted a guy in the first round versus somebody you traded for, you can't just force minutes on him. Because I think Kuzma was playing really well at one point, and then they tried to force Rui in there to share the minutes, and then I feel like that played a part in kind of the die down towards the end of the year. Because the team started ridiculously hot. They had the best team in the league for a week. after like 20, what was it, like 20 games in, 25 games
Yeah,
in?
they were hot. They were hot, and especially middle November, they were really hot. And I don't know what I mean.
Trade talk started. And they
Yep.
started trying to feature players they wanted to move, and ended up imploding the team.
Exactly, man. It's really unfortunate that the Wizards started out so hot last year and then fizzled out, and then Bradley Beal obviously gets injured. And the thing with the Wizards here, and the big question, Harold, that you asked, are the Wizards better than they were at the end of last season? I mean, when you get out of who did they end up trading? Well, you traded away Spencer Dinwiddie, which I'm cool with because you got Kristaps Porzingis, and I know all the Dallas Mavericks fans are so happy that they got Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie's just a guy in the NBA, but you got Kristaps Porzingis, but we don't really have a point guard. It looks like the backcourt is small again, with Bradley Beal and whoever is going to be the starting point guard. I feel like that's the big issue. And the glaring issue that I've spoken with people is until, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and the Nets are dismantled, or the Bucks, or the
Philly?
76ers, or even Miami, like you're not competing. You're just going to, at best, you'll be a play-in, or you might be a 7 seed. And I know you had to obviously offer Bradley Beal that Supermax. You had to. He's your home talent. You have to. He ultimately signed it. So for at least on today's date, July the 21st, he wants to be a Wizard. But if by January he's like, yeah, man, get me out of here, I won't have a problem with him I won't have a problem with him wanting that. And I would actually be cool, because then we can actually start the rebuild and be ready for when these good players in the East are old.
Dog.
Assuming you get a younger Bradley Beal that's going to develop into being a
Yeah, and that's another thing. You got to find that next person.
It ain't him. It ain't him. Broke back, it ain't him.
No, the fact that you got this guy, they didn't play him throughout the entire summer league. Summer league only like 5 games, dog. And you take him out of the zone. Apparently, I mean, I'm just going by what I'm hearing, rumors, that the dude don't show up in the big games, or he's not, like, his game is not suited for the big stage, which is problematic if that's the rumor mill or rumor report about Alabama, that he don't play well. And like, what?
How is
Why
that a
are we
problem
draft
when the Wizards, what big stage the Wizards been on since Gilbert Arenas left? Cut that out. What big stage they been on?
Second round.
I mean, I'm just saying, just as a player, like,
Get the head of your skis out.
You're a baller. You supposed to come out there and cook. What's the problem?
What cookers the Wizards had
They
other
don't
than
have
Bill
cookers,
and Wall
dog.
in the last 15 years?
Bill. I mean, our team. When you
like
look at the
Gafford.
numbers,
I like Gafford.
I like Gafford, but why
like
he
Gafford.
not getting no minutes? Why is he only playing
Hodgepodge.
20 minutes?
He needs some milk.
Why? Did the Batman got bad respiratory system or something? Like, is he not condemned? Why is he not getting no minutes?
Are you off your man Wes Unseld Jr. now? Is that what you're saying?
Listen, I wasn't on him to begin with to be off of him. I'm just like, I'm neutral.
Oh,
I'm just
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
yeah, that was abusive. I'm trying to figure out with the players we have, how does it translate to wins, dog? And can it? I just don't know that
they're going to be better than last year. They're going to be better than last year. The way they ended last year, because they started off really hot, but the average was under 500. I think they're going to teeter and totter around 500 if they don't make any more moves the rest of the year. I think if they get a solid point guard, they could be a 5th, 4th team in the East.
So before I go into the point guards who I want them to get, because I think this is a move that they can make that could really upgrade this team, and it could like be a future move. Like, it could be a move that will sustain them and give them a space going forward, as like Jeremy saying, the guys in the East kind of like take a decline. I mean, you still got a young crop there, but like, I think it would kind of put us in that younger echelon crop of teams that's coming up, right? But before I get to that, I need to get to this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now,
It'll never happen, but
this is a rumor that there's chatter about the Wizards making a play for Kevin Durant. People making this claim that this would be good, and I don't know if they're just putting this out there just to try to it's wishful thinking. They just try to sometimes you just say like your mother asks you what you want for Christmas, and you be like, "Oh, I want the Nintendo 64, I want the Xbox, I want the Sega Genesis." You just ask for everything and just hope you get something back. I don't know if it's one of them type of moves.
Oh, you mean like when they hired Scott Brooks, the head coach of the Thunder, and couldn't even get an interview with Katie? You talking about like that? Because the justification for the Scott Brooks hire.
Yep.
That's what they told us. I just, to me, and just from my little circles that I travel in, dog, this jump is fool's gold. It's not. I'd be psyched if it was. Listen, if it could come, dog. That's like saying dog, I'm gonna give you this Porsche 911, and then and I'm like, yeah, let me get the keys, and it's like, oh, I can't give you the keys. Like, we're just gonna have to hold it here, but it belongs to you. Like, it's dog. Unless it actually comes to fruition, this joint is all wishful thinking. Durant hasn't said and I don't know how bad it is in Brooklyn, but I know that previously, could that have changed? I don't know. But so previously, Durant said he didn't want to be here, dog, because he got all the knucklehead family members that want a handout. It's just too close to home. So he's like, I'd rather just be away so I don't have to deal with it.
Bradley Beal better than Kyrie. I don't care what the rest of these Bama's talking about.
Speak on it.
These people talking like I don't understand what Bama see in this dude, though. I swear. Like, he don't affect wins at all. He hurts the locker room everywhere he's ever been. When he had the team to himself before LeBron got there, the Bama's was super ass. So everybody talking like, oh, Kyrie's a better player. Why would look? Y'all crazy out y'all mind. Bradley Beal, to me, is more than better than Kyrie. Mm-hmm. And I know you don't like Bill, Harold, but you can't tell me.
Listen, no. So I'm in agreement. I think Bradley Beal's a better player than Kyrie Irving. Even though Bill get on my nerves because I stood right next to the Batman, he the same height as me.
Thank you for admitting.
And he tried to play me like I was a sucker. And I'm like, dog.
Thank you. Stop making it about basketball and admit that. I'm going to leave you alone now. I'm going to leave you alone now that you admitted the real reason. It was not about basketball.
And he ain't try to acknowledge me. Like, I'm like, dog, I'm not no camp kid. You don't have to, come on, bro. Be regular. But aside from that, basketball strictly, right?
He's a better player than Kyrie. He's a better teammate than
Kyrie, and a better teammate, though. To me, it's not even close. Kyrie is a cancer in every form of the word. In every form of the word. Can the Bama Kyrie score with the best of them? Of course, but he's not.
He's the greatest and one player of all time. I get that. Like, the Bama can handle the rock. He can shoot. He can finish at the basket. He can do everything you want in one-on-one in a basketball game. But I don't see how he hit a big shot in a series with LeBron. So Bama's give him credit as being this super clutch, super great all-time joker that I just don't. He's a super skilled basketball player.
He's super skilled. I think he clutch, but I think he lacks leadership qualities to help you win. I mean, and that's in his own separate category. But I mean, the point is,
they would be better than the Nets were last year if the Bama was here.
Agreed.
We've been talked about if he would have came with John Wall and Bill, where he didn't have to trade anybody, he would have had a better chance at winning the chip than he did going to Brooklyn. And we've been saying that for a couple of years now.
Yeah, I agree. I think so. I think him on this roster, he would be better off. Now, again, I don't know how bad things are in Brooklyn, but he's expressed previously that this was not an option. And so, you know what I'm saying? And from my vantage point, then why is this even a discussion? Like, why are we even bringing this up? Like,
because you got to make the call. We always talk about them not getting on the phone, not even trying. When you see other guys get moved and what they ended up giving up, you got to make the call. He gonna say hell no. The Nets gonna say hell no. But you got to make the call. I want them to make every call, like Dan used to do. Like people, that's part of the reason why, no matter how evil the evidence comes out that Dan been doing this and that, why I always kind of had a liking for the Bama, because he gonna make every call about every move that could possibly be made, every splash possible. He getting on that phone, he gassing up the airplane. He gonna try. And I've been frustrated with the Wizards because it feels like at times like they don't even try.
yeah, well, they tell us they trying all the time. They putting out stuff
Facts.
through the media all the time, telling us they trying and they trying and they trying. Well, we need new people making those decisions and doing the trying, because it seemed like y'all not trying hard enough.
You gonna tell Ted?
If the Bamas you bring it, you say what?
You gonna tell Ted to his face?
Dog, Ted don't care about the basketball team, dog. All he
Facts.
care about is the hockey team. But hockey is a whole lot cheaper than basketball. So, you know what I'm saying? It work out a lot of times in his favor. Because to keep a superstar, it don't cost you what it cost you. Here. So we gonna see what happened, man. We gonna see what happened. All right. Now on to the spicy part before we get out of here. The player I want the team to bring on is none other than my man Colin Sexton from the Cavs, though. I think Colin Sexton come to the Wizards would be a tremendous upgrade at the point guard position. I think that he would be another scoring guard that they could add to the team and move this team in a direction towards winning. And I don't think that it would take all that much to make the move and get Colin Sexton on this team. You missed out on the Brogdon jump, and Brogdon you could have got him for an ice cream cake and peanut butter cookies. And now we got these voids at the point guard position, which everybody is aware of. And people are, of course, they in this wait and see period. Like, oh, we'll just wait and see. I think we could get, like, no. Colin Sexton and his numbers, to me, are worth a heavy look. They're worth a heavy look. What do y'all think about that?
I mean, Colin Sexton is an upgrade from he'll be the best point guard the Wizards have had since John Wall. Since Russ was traded. He'll be the best point guard for this team. So it will be an upgrade, especially among Monty Morris and who do we have here? We have Raul Nettle and Ish Smith and DeLon Wright. He's definitely going to be an upgrade. From what I remembered from Cleveland, he was more of like a scoring type point guard. But at this point, we can't be picky. Like,
dog, you need scores, dog. The game is about scoring.
He's gonna help the team. So either way, if we can get him and at a decent price,
is he gonna take some ill-advised shots, dog? Yeah, he gonna take some ill-advised shots. But the Bama get buckets. He clutch. He he's young. I mean, what are we talking about, people? That's what they need to do. I think he's affordable. I think they can make a move for him and get him on the roster. And all this, like, if you go into the toy store and you be like, I want that Jones, and it's under $10, you can get it, dog. Kevin Durant, he on back order, dog. You ain't, funds is tight. So, I mean, the Wizards right now, what would you grade this roster? I ain't even put up the bums that Troy Brown's not on the team anymore, but Corey Kispert,
I say
Kyle Kuzma, C, Will Barton, who I think is solid. I think that's a 1-for-1 trade from KCP to Will Barton. And I think Will Barton's better. So I'm okay with that. C, Jeremy?
Yeah, I'm gonna still have to give it a C. Give the team a C. To be honest, man, they got to do something first for me to have really any faith in this team.
Yeah, nah, agreed. No, agreed. Yeah, that's our Wizards report. We went through the roster. It's a C grade right now. That's where it's at. Maybe things will change. Maybe they make another move at point guard. But if y'all want to start a rumor, that's the one y'all need to start. One that could be actually coming to fruition. Because I just don't think that the KD Jones is really realistic.
Do you even know?
You know some people. Go
ahead. Do you even know
Aaron.
how that rumor even started?
They be lying, dog. Quick Mayo and all them Bama's be lying, dog.
Look, this is what I saw. I think it's Sam Amico. He's verified, obviously, but he writes a story for Hoop. Damn, I can't remember, but some basketball website. And when you read the report, it says, rumblings coming from the Wizards that they're interested in making a trade for Durant. But they just leave it at that. Like,
everybody interested.
Yeah, it's kind of like, well, I mean, you ain't breaking nothing. Like, if you say, hey, these are the players that might be involved, then you may pique my interest. But it's just when I hear, oh yeah, he just might go there. And the logic was, and this is how I know it was a little kid that wrote this. The logic was, well, he grew up outside of DC, so they're in the mix. Like, that was the logic in the article.
They know what we know, and they just try to spin it, dog, into a story because it's going to get clicks and likes, and people going to share it and be like, oh yeah, this person reported this, and that. Dog, it's all fabricated lies, dog.
I might
half of the Bama's
report to find it. That's how
half of the reports in this round, Aaron, you can vouch. We verified 95% of these Jones is lies, like bold face, just like
fake
what
news.
can I see today on Twitter that's just going to get the people buzzing? Like that's literally what they be going about this business doing. And then when they say the fugazi stuff and somebody calls them out on it or like checks them, I seen it happen. The radio Bamas, they quick to cop please and be like, well, we're not really beat reporters. We just say we just giving opinions. We're just opinions. Like blah blah blah. They do all that faking stuff, right? And then you got the writers. You never hear from them Bamas again. They just say whatever. Then it be a story all around town. Then nothing happens. What was all them reports? We gonna get Brogdon. We gonna get all these different players that they said it was going to come here. We was talking to. What came about? Remember the DeJounte Murray, Joe? That was a story. Is that Batman here in uniform? and this is the thing. Their GM for the San Antonio Spurs grew up out here. So
went to my alma mater, or went to
that's
our
what
alma
I'm trying
mater.
to say. So this stuff, like we can see through the funny business.
Mm-hmm.
We see through it all. So I'm just saying, at the end of the day, all these lies these Bamas be doing, they try to ignore us. Dog, it's like if you got cancer, dog. You can try to ignore if you want. You can try. You better go to the doctors and see it and get it taken care of, or else you're gonna die. That's what we are to the major media. Like y'all can try to just put this stuff out. We're gonna call it out and keep calling it out and keep calling it out, and you can try to ignore it. But guess what? As time passes, it's just gonna get worse and worse because people gonna realize, like, dog, y'all just blowing smoke.
You want to hear the exact quote from the article, Harold and Aaron? Says, and this is from hoopswire.com. It says several sources even have told Hoopswire to keep an eye on the Wizards, who could make a major push. Durant is a DC product too. He may not be upset about playing at home alongside Bradley Beal. So it was just like, yeah, we throwing this to see if it can stick, man.
Clearly they don't have no real
sources.
No real sources, dog. These guys just listen.
Fake news.
When we first came into the game and I saw how Bama just make stuff up, Because of course, when you like do this, Jeremy, you already know you got to pay attention to stuff. So we reading publications, we reading reports, articles, all that type of stuff. So when I started to see, I'm like, hold on, dog. Like Bama just can say anything with no repercussions.
Just put anonymous in there.
Let me look. I'm gonna tell you what happened the first day of free agency in the NBA. Some of my people that I follow in Clubhouse, we said we're gonna play a little prank on social media, do a little experiment. We said one dude in there, he's verified on Twitter. We was just like, he's not in the media, but he's verified. Very good former college basketball player. And he put it out as a joke. He's like, per sources, I'm hearing X, Y, Z. He said per sources or per this person, which was his friend on Twitter, I'm hearing that X player is going to be playing for the Atlanta Hawks. That tweet, because he's verified, that tweet got like 150 retweets in about 30 minutes. And then over the course of the tweet, like within over the week, it was like something like 500 replies, and people were like, "Oh my goodness, like this may be true," and it's like all because someone has a verified check mark. Like people will believe anything. So these people know.
Me a verified check mark, dog. Y'all might have Bama's. I'm like, dog, you need to donate the OSS 980 today because.
Gonna start extorting the media. It's gonna be like giving Bama's hollow tips. Dog.
That's what we call be doing.
The bridge is over.
They be extorting. What's his name? Scheffler and all them Bama's be getting bread on the back end, dog. Mm-hmm. Already know. Hey, follow us at OSS 980 Other Side of Sports. Shout out my man Jeremy John, Sports Reality, joining us. Talk Wizards. Y'all got some Wizards fodder for y'all now to talk about for the next couple weeks. At least until we get back into this football swing. We next week we got a show for you. Next week we got a little bit of a little monkey wrench twist in there for you. And then we'll talk about Juan Soto and stuff. I know you probably had some thoughts on Juan Soto, Jeremy. So follow us at OSS 980, share the show, subscribe to the channel, and we out.